what I want to talk about today is addiction and Mac Miller's struggle with addiction that ultimately led to his overdose, because it breaks my heart, and it's something I've never had experience with, obviously with myself or with anyone that I know or care about. But it's extremely weird, surreal that I was watching this documentary on Haggard last night. Haggard is a movie made by Bam Margera and the CKY crew. For anyone that's not familiar, it stars Ryan Dunn, Brandon DiCamillo, Rick Yon, Bam is in it, Brandon Novak. And Brandon Novak, who has really come out in the last few months, at least that I've seen, came out of nowhere to me at least, with this amazing book and story of bouncing back from addiction. So I was watching the documentary and watching Chris Rabb has a podcast where he was talking with Brandon, and there's a scene at the end of the documentary. It's like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the documentary, and it's where Brandon's smacked out of his mind all the time on heroin, and people are trying to help him in some way or whatever. They're trying to get him to Bam's place, stay at Bam's place, get clean, whatever. And I know I'm going off on a tangent here. So there's a scene at the end where Ryan catches him. He is doing something he doesn't know, but he knows it's, he's doing drugs in the woods. And Ryan is so incredibly frustrated. He's yelling at him. He pushes Brandon against a wall. And it just goes to show how much he cared about his friend and his friend hurting himself. And I think that Mac Miller dying from an overdose, it sucks. It sucks so bad that he wasn't able to get the help that I need, especially with the last two albums. I got the appearance and the impression that he was bouncing back and that wasn't going to be an issue. Then we had he had a DUI in May, and he was just talking about this in this other interview that I was watching. I'll try and link this stuff all below, where he was saying obviously people are coming out and they want to be like, are you okay? Are you okay? And he said it's easy to be like, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Because your first reaction is to make others feel better about your issue, or potential issues, I guess. But it's more difficult to actually fix that issue within yourself. And I think it's because it is a disease. You know what I mean? Addiction to whatever, A, B, or C, it's a disease, and it comes with you have a disease-riddled mind that tricks you into different things. Everybody's got a demon, right? And Mac Miller had a lot of demons, and he openly talked about them. And I'm so glad that he openly talked about them, because it would unlock all kinds of things in me. I have demons. They're different, but I have them, and I'm trying to fight those demons every day too. So it sucks, because with drugs or alcohol or anything, those are the ones that kill people. Those are the diseases that get people hurt and killed. And it's almost like this slow form of suicide. You know what I mean? There's no doubt in Mac's mind at any point in time that he was not hurting himself and ultimately hurting others. But it's, again, you have a disease-riddled mind and demons that trick you into doing the things that are hurting yourself. So, and another thing that really bugs me is seeing people lash out at Ariana Grande, or anybody. I don't think that anybody can be held responsible for Mac's death, not even himself, because like I just said, it's a very real disease. And I think even with people surrounding you that care about you, I'm sure there were people who were checking in. I'm sure there were people asking the hard questions. I don't know anyone that was that close to Mac Miller. You know what I mean? I don't know the relationships that he had with different people, but there's no doubt in my mind there were people who cared about him enough that they were challenging what he was doing and what he was thinking. But sometimes that's not enough. I also think we as fans are people who, if there is anyone to be like, you need to change your ways, it's fans. And this kind of goes back to what I started talking about with fan culture. It's like Mac Miller started and he was glamorizing drugs and alcohol and things and partying and like pretty much every rapper and hip hop artist does nowadays, which is, that's a whole other thing. But like when you glamorize that and your fans, like, they latch onto that and then they expect that. And so now it's 2018, Mac Miller's grown past that. He's making like, and I don't want to offend anybody who's saying this, but he's making real music now, like very honest, very real music. But there is still a crowd that is like, yo, Mac, let's talk about drugs though. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Mac, how smacked are you right now? And I think there's a part of him that probably couldn't give it up because of that. You know what I mean? Because there was a part of like Mac that was expected that shouldn't have been expected of him. Truth be told, I'm not going to be able to finish this discussion on my own. You know, it's just too much, especially, and it's too fresh for me to wrap my brain around all of it and put it into one coherent video. It would have to be broken up. So I want to reach out, anybody that wants to chat, anybody that wants to finish this conversation, I invite you to at d00ditsjeremy on Twitter, at d00ditsjeremy on everywhere. All right, Instagram, all that stuff. So thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next one. I don't know if we're going to do video all the time, but we did video today, and I'm going to try and break up bits for the YouTubes. We'll see you in the next one, dudes. Thanks for watching.